Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our weekly briefing. Let me begin by recalling the solemn observance of Yom-e Istisal on 5th August. The day was observed across Pakistan to denounce the third year of Indian military siege of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir in the wake of India's illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 and subsequent measures aimed at undermining the internationally recognized disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir and to alter the demographic structure of the occupied territory. It was an occasion to reaffirm the nation's unwavering support for the just struggle of the Kashmiri people for their right to self-determination. The Indian Charge d'Affaires was called to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and conveyed the government of Pakistan's unequivocal rejection of India's illegal and unilateral actions, which were in complete violation of UN Security Council resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir, international law, and the Fourth Geneva Convention. A solidarity walk initiated from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs was led by Foreign Secretary Suhail Mahmood, Khwaja Muhammad Asif, Minister of Defense, and Mr. Qamar Zaman Kaira, Special Advisor to the Prime Minister on Kashmir Affairs and Gilgit-Baltistan, joined the walk and also addressed the participants. The President, the Prime Minister, and the Foreign Minister sent out messages of solidarity on the occasion. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari addressed a comprehensive letter to the President of the UN Security Council, President of the UN General Assembly, the UN Secretary General, and the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, and a separate letter to the OIC Secretary General regarding the alarming situation in IIOJK. It was pointed out that in accordance with UNSC Resolution 122 of 1957, all the unilateral actions taken by India on and after 5th August 2019 were not only illegal but ipso facto null and void. Foreign Secretary Suhail Mahmood briefed heads of resident OIC, P5, EU and other missions to apprise them of the latest situation with particular reference to the human rights violations and the legal and peace and security dimensions of the situation in IIOJK. Pakistan's embassies and consulates across the world organized a series of activities, including outreach to host governments, media and civil society, seminars, conferences, exhibitions and other events to mark Yom-e Istisal and to express solidarity with the oppressed Kashmiri people. Pakistani and Kashmiri diaspora also organized and participated in events related to the day. These manifestations projected loud and clear that the people of Pakistan will always stand with their Kashmiri brothers and sisters and continue to extend all possible support to them for the realization of the right to self-determination that was guaranteed to them by the UN Security Council resolutions. Ladies and gentlemen, it is harrowing to note that more than 650 Kashmiris have been martyred since 5th August 2019, including over 130 in this year alone. In the past week, Indian occupation forces have martyred 6 more innocent Kashmiris in various parts of IIOJK. Extrajudicial killings, harassment and humiliation, arbitrary arrests and house raids by Indian occupation forces have become the new normal in the IIOJK. Over the past 7 decades, 3 generations of Kashmiris have waited for the world community and the United Nations to honor their solemn commitment made to the Kashmiris for their right to self-determination. The international community must demand an end to India's gross and widespread human rights violations in IIOJK, reversal of its unilateral and illegal actions of 5th August 2019, repeal of draconian laws, and implementation of relevant UN Security Council resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, you would have followed during the week the Prime Minister had a telephonic conversation with the President of the UAE, His Highness Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The two leaders discussed strengthening of multifaceted relationship between the two countries. You would have also followed this morning the signing of the goods and trade agreement between Pakistan and Turkey. Ladies and gentlemen, let me move to Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari's recent visit to Cambodia for the 29th Ministerial Meeting of ASEAN Regional Forum ARF from 4th to 6th of August. During the visit, the Foreign Minister addressed the ARF Ministerial Meeting, called on the Cambodian Prime Minister, and met the Cambodian Foreign Minister. He congratulated them on successful hosting of the ASEAN and related meetings. The Foreign Minister also held meetings with his counterparts from various member and partner countries of ARF on the sidelines, including Singapore, Japan, Vietnam, Korea, Thailand, Indonesia, as well as the EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy. During his interactions, the Foreign Minister underlined the critical importance of ARF for regional security and expressed Pakistan's continued commitment to ARF. He also expressed Pakistan's keen desire to enhance its engagement with ASEAN, particularly through attainment of full dialogue partnership. Pakistan has also felicitated ASEAN member states on the 55th ASEAN Day on 8th August. Yesterday, Foreign Minister Bilawal warmly welcomed Robert Dussey, Foreign Minister of the Republic of Togo, who is undertaking his first bilateral visit to Pakistan. Foreign Minister Zardari stated that Pakistan attached high importance to its long-standing and cordial ties with Togo, which were based on mutual trust and common interests. He highlighted Pakistan's desire to enhance economic, trade and investment cooperation with Togo as part of the government's vision of enhancing engagement with the African continent. Later in the day, Director of the Executive Committee of the Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure of the SCO called on Foreign Minister Bilawal. The Foreign Minister warmly welcomed the Director and his delegation and reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to the goals and purposes of the SCO Charter and the Shanghai Spirit. Yesterday, a Minister of State, Hina Rabbani Kar, chaired a meeting of the National FATF Coordination Committee in which briefings were given on measures to improve effectiveness of Pakistan's anti-money laundering and countering financing of terrorism regime. The MOS expressed satisfaction on the trajectory of reforms and appreciated the collective system-wide efforts in bringing Pakistan's AML-CFT regime at par with the international standards, and which remains a top priority of the government. Ladies and gentlemen, it is unfortunate that as the people of India and Pakistan approach the Independence Day celebrations, the BJP government has shown its true colors with its mischievous move to mark 14th August as Partition Horrors Remembrance Day. We strongly denounce this move, which reeks of the reprehensible playbook of hatred, misinformation, and communalism that has become the hallmark of BJP-led India of today. It is deplorable that the BJP government, as part of its divisive political agenda, is wantonly attempting to play with the sentiments of the people through one-sided and distorted interpretation of history. The government of India is advised to desist from politicizing the events related to independence and instead sincerely honor the memories of all those who sacrificed their lives for a better future for all. Let me say this clear. Pakistan will proudly celebrate the magnificent milestone of our Diamond Jubilee as befits the nation. Preparations are underway across federal and provincial governments to celebrate the momentous occasion with various activities. Notably, this includes release of the new recording of the national anthem. On its part, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also paying a musical tribute to Pakistan at 75 through a special rendition by officers of the ministry to be released on 14th of August. As the whole country is decked with festive hues of white and green, let me also share that our missions across the world will also be curating a special experience for our expatriate community by organizing numerous events ranging from elegant flag hoisting ceremonies, receptions, art expos, sporting events, gala evenings, musical nights, trade exhibitions, in addition to strong and unified digital campaigns to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee. We look forward to celebrating 75th Pe Kuch Khas, that's the hashtag, with panache and patriotism. आप सबको हमारी तरफ से जश्न आज़ादी मुबारक. With this I conclude and I'm ready to take your questions.